Do you know the way?
I'd be happy to show you the way.
With Sonic Movie 3 finally releasing on December 20th, I am going through both of the Sonic movies. A couple days ago, I did Sonic the Hedgehog 1, so if you want to go check that out, I would really appreciate it. But now we are here talking about Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I have loved this movie for so long. When I was younger and I first saw it, this was one of my favorite movies of all time. Now that I'm becoming more of a movie critic, at least I try to be, I gotta take stuff more seriously. So as the years went on, I kept rewatching it. I was like, this movie isn't as good as I remember. So now I have rewatched it. It's probably been like a year since I've rewatched it, and I'm honestly very happy I do. I've got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about with characters and stories. So yeah, we're gonna get right into all of that here. So yeah, definitely make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. I do so many other videos other than Sonic, and I will be doing videos on Sonic the Hedgehog 3. So if you like Sonic, you like other movies, games, content like that, definitely make sure to subscribe because I do all of that here. So let's get right into Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
After settling in Green Hill, Sonic is eager that he has what it takes to be a true hero. His test comes when Dr. Robotnik returns with a new partner, Knuckles, in search of a mystical emerald that has the power to destroy civilizations. Sonic teams up with his own sidekick Tails, and together they embark on a global trotting journey to find the emerald before it falls into the wrong hands.
There is, again, a lot of stuff I do want to talk about, but let's start off with the characters. So Sonic in this movie is pretty much still his same self. He's still the really goofy character, very funny. He is a lot like a child. They don't really change that in this movie. I know a lot of people did complain about that, how Sonic didn't really have an arc. I feel like you could say his arc was like finding his new friends and family, but that pretty much also happened in the first one. I don't think he needed that arc in this movie. I'm really happy he didn't get the arc of this movie that was like growing up and becoming really serious. Sonic is still a child. It's not like there was a time jump and, he got older. That is fine. I don't really care that, again, he didn't have that crazy plot. The third one, they may start to do that more as he is older and, you have the shadow stuff. Something could happen to one of the main characters. Sonic, fine. I think he's fine in the movie. Tom and Maddie, still the same. I still love Tom and Sonic's relationship. And Robotnik, I didn't like him as much in the first one, but this one, this is like my favorite performance probably by Jim Carrey. I absolutely love the character so much. So now let's get into the new characters. Tails. Tails is Tails. I hate on this character so much. More joking wise, but I on this character all the time. He's just kind of there and he invents stuff. Personally, I am not the biggest Tails fan. I think the character is fine. If you hear me, I make jokes about the character all the time. I don't really mean it that much though. He's a fine character, but again, he's kind of just there in these movies. Now, Knuckles. I absolutely love Knuckles in these movies. Now, he's more like a Thor character. He's super dumb, but he doesn't know it just because he's from another planet. So pretty much picture MCU Thor in like Thor 1 or something. That's pretty much Knuckles.
This drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another!
When Knuckles is serious too, I also love it. But still, I think when he's the goofy part, like, I was cracking up so much at the baseball part again.
My victory chariot!
That part is just so funny with Knuckles. Personally, the comedy in this movie hit for me so much more than it did actually when I first saw the movie. So yeah, I think Knuckles' character is fine. They made a whole show about him, and I genuinely want to go over his character fully in another video and also talk about that show. I absolutely love Knuckles in this movie. I know a lot of people hate on him. I love him. So now let's get into the bad stuff, I guess you can say. The two different plots I want to talk about is the wedding and the Siberia part. I think that's where they go. So the two reasons these movies get a lot of hate, at least Sonic 2 does, is these two parts. They're these random, wacky, weird, human-centered parts. First of all, I want to talk about the Siberian part. Watching it for the 500th time, I still hate it. I've never liked it. It's just kind of weird, very corny. I don't know why they dance, It was just kind of random. Stupid as hell. I mean, we get more character development with Sonic and Tails. I still don't think it's really enough to make them best friends, but whatever. I think That part is really stupid. The wedding part was another thing I always hated on. I always hated it. Rewatching it, I don't think I've ever laughed so hard at the part. I don't know what it was. The wedding just did not affect me. I thought it was so funny. And I didn't really care that we were away from our Sonic characters. Maddie's sister, probably one of the funniest characters in this movie. I don't know why. I used to hate her. I absolutely loved her in this movie. When she's flipping out for the first time, and then the priest opens the book and there's a gun in the...
Are you an agent? Son of a... Is JoJo an agent?
Rachel.
I just thought it was so funny this time. And again, that is the main reason why Sonic 2 gets a lot of hate, but it really did not affect me this time. I don't know what it is. It's not like I have recency bias or anything. I've hated those parts for so long. Again, I still hate the Siberia part, but the wedding part was so funny. I was cracking up the whole time. But there's a lot of stuff I do like from the games. Like we get the Death Egg, I think it's called. We also get the little Bowser Jr. looking thing that he flies around in. Super Sonic, that was absolutely amazing. The Chaos Emeralds, Master Emerald, awesome. I really like to see that. Again, I'm not a big fan of the games. I've definitely talked about that a lot. I've gotten to the franchise from Sonic 1, so seeing these adapted into the movie, really liked it. But again, Super Sonic was just so cool. I really hope they bring him back for Sonic 3. It's so badass. I wish we got to see more of him. I think it's super cool. I really like the yellow form. It looks great. That's another thing. The animation is so much better in this movie. I think Sonic genuinely looks better. He just looks brighter and just better. He blends in with the movie more. And I think that's probably because so many redesigns in the first movie and probably a little bit of a lower budget. But the animation in this movie is so good and I just cannot wait to see how much better it does. Okay, so I'm going to give Sonic the Hedgehog 2 a 9 out of 10. Now, I'm about to get so much hate from so many different people. And I get the criticisms. I am a big fan of Ellis Mark, and I recently just watched both of his Sonic Movie 2 videos, and all the stuff he says is valid. I just had such a good time with pretty much everything in this movie, again, other than the Siberia part. I genuinely had such a blast with this movie. There was some serious plots that I did like, and then there was the other goofy plots that I really liked. I would love these movies to go for the more serious tone, but again, they are targeted towards kids, but we are getting the Shadow stuff. That's going to be pretty serious. I'm excited for that. This movie is so fun. I think it's really decent. I think if you haven't rewatched it a while and you don't like it, I would just try to get it, at least before you see Sonic 3. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are my thoughts on Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Let me know what you guys think on the movie, and are you excited for Sonic 3? Again, make sure to look out. I'm going to do so much more Sonic content, not even just movie-wise. I got some new action figures that I will definitely be reviewing. And again, I'm talking about so much other stuff. Fortnite, Invincible stuff's coming out. So if you like anything else, please subscribe, turn on post notifications. But that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah.